Rapper Meek Mill breaks internet, endorses Donald Trump using Benny's tweet. Okay, so I think Benny's gonna be on here with Wesley Hunt. I guess they're gonna be addressing how the black people feel, or how black people should feel about Donald Trump. I don't know too much. Let's just click it.
What do you have to lose? You're living in poverty. Your schools are no good.
Damn.
What the hell do you have to lose?
Wow.
Hanging with billionaires, I appreciate that.
Hey, I grew up in America in a roofless neighborhood.
We do regularly, Congressman, clips of people from the south side of Chicago, from the Bronx and New York, or urban communities that are like, nah, man, we're effing with Trump this election. We're done, right? Trump's my boy. Like we do those clips, and we have an abundance of them. Right. But something that I wasn't counting on my bingo card for 2024, although I guess at what point do we just break the wheel and say anything's possible, is one of the biggest rappers in the world, one of the most followed rappers in the world, Meek Mill.
Meek Mill came out. Yeah.
Meek Mill quoting my tweet and being like, wait till y'all see who the black people in poverty are voting for. Can you break this down for us? I think that what he's doing, and we were counting on it. I don't know Meek Mill. He's welcome to come on the show anytime. I invite you and Meek Mill on the show, right? We had a great conversation. I think what he's doing is he's saying that Democrat policies have been terrible for poor people, especially, and that there are communities that feel utterly left behind, and they're going to vote the opposite direction in 2024. Your thoughts?
Man, Meek Mill, A$AP Rocky, Kodak Black, man. The list is, Lil Wayne. What are we talking about? Like, these are black people that are in touch with the black community, and black men are looking around, they're saying, this sucks. The Biden administration sucks. And you know what? 4 years ago, it didn't suck. And then meanwhile, we're sitting there complaining about tweets and MAGA this, and people are racist. Look, the rising tide raises all boats. But black people in the hood, they don't want to pay more taxes either. They want to be safer as well. They don't want illegals in their neighborhoods. Fewer police officers. We want more police officers. This is not even a race issue. And what we've seen in the last 4 years is this country go to absolute hell in the handbasket, and everybody's looking around pointing the fingers. And you know what we realize that is? This happened ever since Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, our board czar, took office. So you know what? Let's go back to the way it was a few years ago. And now we feel emboldened. A lot of black people feel emboldened to actually speak their mind and speak their heart, because now we have proof. We have proof that we were better off before, and we just want to get back to that. This has nothing to do with race, religion, color, or creed. This has everything to do with your quality of life. Am I better off then? Am I better off now? And black folks are realizing we're better off now. And I think President Trump is going to get between 25 and 30% of the black male vote. He set a record in 2020. He got 18.7% of the black male vote. If he gets 25, kiss the baby. This thing is over.
I think that record's for Republicans?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this is the most, wow.
He said it's a record for most black males to vote for like a Republican president? Is
that what he said that's a record, but he didn't say is it a record for Trump or for the Republican or for...
Yeah, no, that's why I'm...
I think it's a
that's
record
what I was trying to clarify as well.
for Republicans, to be honest with you. Because, you usually don't vote.
I know, but I wouldn't think that Trump would be the most, especially in the 2020, just how Twitter was.
But you got to remember, like, Trump was in on those popular urban
I understand
networks
that. I would say
all
black people on Twitter were not saying that Donald Trump was racist.
No, I would say they probably were voting for him after like the stimulus checks and things he were doing, like the PPP. A lot of people were thriving in.
Okay, maybe in 16, yeah, he did.
16, I would be surprised, but 20, I can kind of see that. And
that's when I started.
I think in 2024, I think he might clean up, man. I think he might clean up, man. I think a lot of people have woken up.
Let's put some money on the DraftKings on this.
I was at a family function. I literally asked at least probably 25 people. I said, who's voting for Joe Biden? Nobody raised their hand. I said, y'all gonna vote for Trump? They said yes. Every single person in that home.
Hey,
my home said
we
yes.
should go. Remember, we were supposed to go. Remember, we were supposed to go to the hood and do a video.
Yeah,
and
we should still do that.
Yeah, that would be fun.
We can hurry up and do that.
Hey, you know what's gonna be insane? What happened? Joe won. Like just
then it's rigged. Then it is rigged. Even though the last
you said, man,
you gonna throw the finger up. Talking to you about just playing.
It's over with.
Bro,
I won again. My name is Biden. I'm sorry.
You just ruined my mood, bro.
I'm sorry, man.
With your quality of life. Am I better off then? Am I better off now? And black folks are realizing we're better off now. And I think President Trump is going to get between 25 and 30% of the black male vote. He set a record in 2020. He got 18.7% of the black male vote. If he gets 25, kiss the baby. This thing is over. And Democrats know that, and that's why they're acting like caged animals to get him out of there. They are hemorrhaging the black male vote. And I'm telling you, I'm seeing it every single day. And by Meek Mill of all people, coming out and being like, yeah, man, like the streets got his back. Let's go. Let's go.
We have the B-roll. It'll just play beside you of Fanny Willis's hometown. On the night that she arrested Donald Trump, mugshots in the studio, coming out to support Donald Trump. People getting out of their houses, out of their buildings to come out and cheer Donald Trump as he rolls through the street, right?
Yeah.
Saying, free my boy Trump. That's what they were saying. Fanny done effed up.
Yeah.
But little did we know how right they were. The entire A block of the show was about how Fanny did F up by effing around with one of her lawyers, by meeting with the Biden White House, by meeting with the January 6th committee, by paying her lover boy an enormous amount of money, even though he doesn't do these kind of cases and doesn't have any kind of pedigree as a lawyer, and he's just into big fannies. And so we're looking at this and saying, how? And now there's a judge that's scheduling like a hearing saying, hold up, something ain't right here.
Just read that for a second.
Yeah.
Fanny Willis to face hearing for hiring her lover as top prosecutor in Trump election case. Georgia judge orders Fulton County DA to respond to allegations over affair with colleague who was paid more than $600,000.
So basically, the person who tried Trump, they set that person up like you're the one who's gonna come in here and do this.
And she was having an affair with the prosecutor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's
and they paid him. And they paid him.
If I was in jail
$600K.
and that happened to me, and I'm
they gave him some money and some butt. Wow.
He won too.
Nah, for
he
real.
had a great
They
day.
like, I'm gonna do whatever. Whoa,
Shit, what you need?
They
600K?
persuaded him. That's
Y'all didn't see that on Twitter?
That's
No, they
coercion.
didn't.
That looked
right there.
bad. It looked bad. Like
Looked it?
Yeah, it looked bad.
Didn't
He
she-
was on stage with her and all.
Wasn't she the same one that had that RICO case on Young Trump? I said Young Trump. Young Thug.
That would be Fulton County though.
No, that would be Atlanta,
Same district
Georgia.
attorney. That's
that makes sense.
Tim Scott, brother.
The smile in the bald head. Somebody knew something.
We're looking at this and saying, how? And now there's a judge that's scheduling like a hearing saying, hold up, something ain't right here. What do you think is going to happen in this case?
Joe Biden right now is polling at 31%, the lowest he's seen in modern history. The only person worse than that is Kamala Harris. She's polling worse than that. She's the worst polling vice president we have seen in the history of this country. And while Dick Cheney was vice president, he shot somebody. Think about that.
That's crazy.
He's doing worse than Dick Cheney at this point. He shot somebody, a friend of his, in the face with birdshot. Thank God it wasn't buckshot.
Wow.
At what point do we
Shot
realize
somebody in the
that
face?
these are Democrats that are
insane.
going
That's
after
bad.
President Trump, and it's witch hunt after witch hunt after witch hunt, indictment all over the country. It's New York, it's Georgia, it's everywhere. It's Fanny. They're doing this because they're trying their best to keep him off the ballot. But thank God for our Constitution, and thank God for the Supreme Court, because they're not going to let them get away with this. And I hope that he goes after Fanny with full force when this is over. This is ridiculous. Taxpaying dollars were paid to enrich a man that she had an affair with because he wants to make President Trump a political prisoner. Dang. What?
That looks bad.
What? This is what's happening in our country right now. And the good thing is we have shows like yours. There's people like me. There's people around the country that are exposed to this for exactly what it is. Thank God. And thank God your viewership is going to watch this and disseminate this accordingly. That's why we're going to be okay in November.
Wow.
We don't have to worry about the fake news, man. We don't have to worry about NBL, LSD, and CNN and everybody else. The only thing we have to do is stay focused on the issues, shows like you to really put out what's going on, and we're going to be just fine. But let me tell you something, man. The people are getting ready to speak, and we're getting ready to speak loud and clear. We're sick of the corruption. We are sick of the two-tier justice system. And I also want to say this. I was on Triggered yesterday with Don Jr., and we were talking about he versus Hunter Biden. Could you imagine? Go with it. Could you imagine if Donald Trump Jr. behaved the way that Hunter Biden has behaved? Could you imagine if he found cocaine in the White House? that nobody knows.
They would have spun that so many times.
Imagine if you're found
Imagine if
on
Obama
camera
was doing
measuring crack while prostitutes are in the back that are being paid for by money that you got because of who your father was.
Wow.
This is ridiculous. And now we know
They
it.
did do
and
that
that's
to him,
indicative of why President Trump set a record in Iowa. We're going to see the same thing in New Hampshire. We're going to see the same thing in Nevada. We're going to see the same thing in South Carolina. And I cannot wait to watch it. And I'm even more proud to be a part of the movement, brother.
Wow.
Final question for you, Congressman, because you brought up the polling, and we have the polling actually.
We got to meet him, bro.
Clear politics. You can see now Donald Trump not only
he definitely
you see Joe Biden sort of like slowly atrophy, but Donald Trump just like a rocket ship, right? He's like Tesla stock, Bitcoin, bam,
yeah,
bam, and he's popping up again. And I think that you are on a trend here where Donald Trump is simply polling outside of the margin of fraud, and they're going to get desperate. Now you're starting to see little stories like this. Yeah. Don't be shocked. Here's the New York Post. Don't be shocked if Michelle Obama sneaks her way into the 2024 race.
Wow. Yeah.
And they go through how Michelle Obama could do the old switcheroo with Joe. Is this going to work? Your thoughts on this? If she
enters the race, I'm going to be...
Personal thoughts, and I actually read this.
I'm sorry. I'm
how can she do that?
Do you know that the election is 10 months away? If you were going to replace Joe Biden, you had to do this 8-10 months ago. This is what they're doing. They're riding with Biden. And I don't see them replacing him at this point because it would take a Herculean effort to get somebody spun up to a national level to run against President Trump when the election is 10 months away. I just don't see it. And they've realized that this is the party of identity politics. And the reason why they cannot replace Biden with, let's say, a Gavin Newsom or somebody else who's white, because then you have to replace the black vice president with a white guy, even though he's probably way better. Let's be honest, this is the DNI party. So then you're going to have a serious problem if you try to usurp the black woman with any other candidate. So you're stuck with Joe Biden. It's just what it is. And they've realized that they can't replace him. And this guy cannot walk up steps. He can't read off a teleprompter. This guy is more obsessed with ice cream than keeping our world safe. And we've watched it for the past year. Why haven't they replaced this guy yet? Because they can't. It's just that simple. I think Michelle Obama is living in her house in Martha's Vineyard. That's right there off the coast, by the way. It goes to show you how much they care about global warming and about the coastal flooding. They just built a house in Hawaii. They're flying around on Sir Richard Branch's plane.
What?
Do you really think they're going to live
in
that
Maui?
life to go run against President Trump? I just doubt it, man.
Yep. You know what? That's actually a really great point. Like, why would they give this up? They can make Netflix shows that nobody watches, right? Like, they get paid. They can do podcasts. Hey, live there and throw their little parties, right?
Low key, it was a good movie, though.
I think
ending sucks, but it was a good movie.
If they would have replaced him 7-8 months ago or talked about this 7-8 months ago, that would have been a more interesting conversation for me. But at this point, I think this is what they're going to roll with.
Yeah, I think this is what they're going to roll with. I wouldn't be surprised if you were on stage during the 2024 election cycle with Donald Trump, Meek Mill, Lil Wayne,
and the Cartier family.
We've turned talking about. By the way, I've been listening to like Lil Wayne back in the Hot Boys days, man. I mean, that would be like a dream come true. I'm talking about like the Rock's Hot Lil Wayne. Nothing would make me happier than to be on stage with one of the original Hot Boys, man. Come on. I would love that.
Here's to manifesting that in 2024. Cheers, Congressman, the great Wesley Hunt. Again, follow on X.
Wesley's
Here's the
Texas,
profile.
man.
200,000 patriots can't be wrong.
Oh, we'll find him quick.
He's in Houston.
Yeah.
He in the
Oh, we forgot to look him up on LinkedIn.
No, he doesn't have one. I looked it up. I didn't see his LinkedIn.
Does he have
on there.
Instagram?
He
does.
does.
Love
Wesley. He's like 11K on the gram.
Wesley what?
Wesley Hunt. He's 11K
He's a congressman.
Damn, that sounds like a
No,
running back name.
I ain't gonna lie. Listening to him like articulate his ideas,
Here he is.
He was definitely very interested in listening to
we got
him.
1.6 million.
What?
On Instagram?
Yeah.
Million?
He got 1.6 million followers.
I must have seen
Well, he lives in
page.
Texas.
Wesley.
He live in Texas.
We could try to DM off the Cartier page.
Hey, so hold on. When did Barack, just made a new house?
We don't know if it's in Maui. I know it's in Hawaii.
yeah,
I know Oprah bought some land out there.
We ain't even checked up on Maui. We don't even
we
know
forgot
how
about
they
Maui.
No, they definitely
That's how
swept that
life
under
is,
the
man.
rug so fast.
Yeah, it did.
They swept that under the rug so fast. Like I remember this. Oh my God, so bad. Then like you just heard nothing else about it. No updates, no nothing.
Y'all just said Barack just made a nuke. Look it up where he
No,
made
this is.
it.
I don't know. I thought listening to Wesley articulate his ideas and thoughts was interesting.
He's probably Googled Barack Obama. Where's his house?
Where did Barack Obama buy a home in Hawaii? That's what I looked up.
Just type in Obama Hawaii house.
It's located
It should tell you.
Because how he know?
Yeah, it must
Well,
be.
it's probably public information. I'm sure. You don't see that anywhere. It just says right there in Ka'ahu or something. The Ka'alu Mountains.
Where's Ka'alu Mountains at?
I see in 2022 Obama's Hawaii estate nearing completion. In 2022, let me see. Hell yeah, it's Oahu.
Yeah.
Okay, Oahu.
How much y'all think it was?
Probably a couple mil. Probably like 2-3 mil.
Like 8 mil?
Well, the property alone was 8.7.
Ooh.
Not including the house.
Ooh. Yeah. Dropped a bag.
How he get 8.7 mil?
Damn, they said the one he was talking about, the Martha's Vineyard.
How much you get paid as a president?
Martha's Vineyard home.
That's it. 11.7 million.
Martha's Vineyard is in Boston.
No, I know, but I'm saying he mentioned that too.
Oh, yeah, that's.
I think they got.
So they got the 11.7, and then they about to get that also.
That's what they chef
They
drowned
got one
at.
of the richest
He
black
drowned
communities
in the water over there.
They got one of the richest black communities, I think, in Maryland somewhere.
Yeah, Maryland. That's not by Martha's Vineyard. Martha's Vineyard is in like Boston and like Massachusetts, I believe. It's by the water. No, Maryland's that way. Boston's that way. Boston's in the east.
They're both in the northeast.
Yeah, somewhere up there.
Yeah, they both in the northeast.
I thought it's over there by the DMV.
Somewhere up there is where the richest.
That's the northeast.
Somewhere up there is where the richest black community is.
In Maryland, somewhere probably.
Up there, because I looked it up after Todd said he didn't see businesses.
Damn, I didn't know that Maryland's in the east. I thought Boston and Massachusetts and Maryland were on different sides of the country.
I said other than New York and that. I said
you did say other than New York, but then I ain't.
What are you guys talking about?
When he said that he ain't never seen like as many black entrepreneurs
as in
the
Texas.
South.
Like in Texas, because
But
Texas
they got
different.
a lot in New York though.
Yeah,
You said besides New York though. But
I
they got a lot in LA.
I bet in New York they got
a lot in Washington, Atlanta, of course, but
Washington?
Oh yeah.
DC or the state? DC.
DC.
Yeah.
But I said the
South. DC is the most black populated state.
DC is where black people are doing very well out there. Very well.
Well, guys,
They're all educated.
I think Donald Trump might get 40% of the black vote.
That's
what I'm thinking.
Hey.
But
now that he got the Vivek supporters too now.
Yeah, facts.
If he don't win, then we know it's rigged for sure.
Yeah.
Google, YouTube, we just playing. Don't take us down.
Hey, hold on, y'all. I got. Sorry, y'all. I'm tired of these. Y'all get high to me for these conspiracies. What if? You know how they had redlining, right? Mm-hmm. What happened? They changed the red line being the most powerful vote, right? Let the immigrants
say
vote.
that again. Say the last part again.
Red line being the most powerful vote.
I see what he's trying to say.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Like
make their vote like because you know how everybody's saying systemic racism, right? So then we make the red line, the votes that's in like the inner city count more. So
I think they're already kind of
now. I don't think it would count more.
Yeah, they count the. I think they.
You think they count more?
No,
the districts.
But they count the redlining, and then they kind of. I think whoever has the most out of that redlining is.
The redlining was to prevent them from voting, wasn't it?
No, redlining was to put them in bad areas because they're risky investments.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Not even just that, but
it's poor areas.
So you remember our political friend showed us the redlining
for the vote.
Yeah.
Well, they that was voter suppression where they like hindered their ability to vote.
I don't know.
I remember it hindered like say if they vote for somebody like the votes around them could outrule their vote. That's why I thought it was. You never seen that before?
Nah.
Yeah, technically we don't know how.
I don't know how it works exactly.
I thought it was redlining was like the poor neighborhoods.
Let's look it up.
And it was like riskier investments, and they got like short in the stick, like higher insurance rates, better the projects, inner cities, risky things, and then like they like hindered their ability to vote by like changing the voting polls places and making it far, not identifying them, voter suppression, things like that.
You know when you vote with your districts, you know certain districts, right, for your votes, right? In certain districts, like votes is more powerful than
I see what you're trying to say.
Districts.
I see what you're trying to say.
So what happened? They make
if illegals are allowed to vote in our country, we have just witnessed true corruption, and we have seen a whole motive on letting people illegally invade our country to benefit a certain political agenda, and I believe that should scare the hell out of everyone. Personally, I think that would be absolutely unparalleled. And then what AOC and Mayorkas is calling for giving them amnesty and citizenship and identification, I think that's insane. I don't agree with that at all.
Did you find it, bro?
Yeah, it's when people cast their vote, they're actually voting for a group of people called electors, except in the state. This is USMC.gov. Except in the states of Maine and Nebraska. If a candidate receives the majority of the votes from the people of a state, then the candidate will receive all electoral votes of that state.
Yeah, the electoral college votes. That makes sense.
I see that.
Makes sense.
So the Electoral College is a process in which electors and representatives from each state in a number proportional to the state's population cast their vote and determine who will be president. Each state gets a certain number of electors.
I don't know. That just sounds a little funny.
And the candidate who gets more than half, 270, wins. I still don't understand that shit. So does the president, okay, so say
the population vote.
Does it go by the state? Like, okay, he won this state, he won that state. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
But those points.
But the Electoral College puts that vote in.
But when you vote in the state.
Both. It's 2 votes. It's the Electoral College and they got the popular vote. And then I think
so
each
which
state.
one is more powerful?
The Electoral College. Because they can say the American people didn't know who they chose for. I was learning.
Yeah, no, we did see that. No, we've seen a video on that also. I don't know, guys. That's
No, it does say the president nominee with the most electoral votes.
Yeah,
no, but it makes sense though. Okay, so this is why your vote does matter. Because when people cast their vote, you're voting for a group of people called electors. So basically, I think when you're voting for your electoral college.
And he might
then your decision,
the electoral college,
your decision impacts their decision.
Yeah,
in the more y'all scheme of things.
So say most people say so we all do red. Our electoral college is going to say red.
Yeah, our votes impact their votes.
Yeah,
for the bigger scheme of things.
So I'm gonna say I'm the electoral college and y'all vote all red. Then I go look and say, yeah, did y'all voted all red? And then I'm like, okay, the people all voted red. And then I choose what the people said they wanted.
Yes,
from what I just
that's
read.
what I believe happens. Yes,
that makes sense. But then if I say the people's stupid, blue.
Can you do that? I don't know. That's what I like to know.
We've seen
that would be crazy.
Hey,
that's what I don't know.
We've seen
I seen
something
the video and said that.
They said that that's allowed.
But there's not just one each state has a bunch of them.
Yeah, each state has I think some states have some states have 12, some
based
states have
on the number
6,
of the population.
Some
in the
states
state.
have 4. It's like that. Yeah,
That's why I think
some states have
But
more
they
than
would have
others.
to have lining for that though. You know what I'm saying? Like they would have to have.
Well, the redlining was separating certain housing districts into certain places.
they had districts.
How
for
do you
voting,
know
too.
what? So say I'm electoral, college, making them vote. But how do I know what section is mine? I mean, that's not first to know.
You're assigned.
They're probably assigned.
Yeah,
You're probably assigned to this district, so your vote goes to whatever this district chooses. So if this district chooses blue, your vote goes to blue.
Yeah,
if this
I
district
definitely
chooses
get that.
red,
I definitely get that.
yeah.
But if it's only 12, like in the big Texas,
well, some states have more than others. I think Texas has a good amount. Texas has 8, huh?
I think they got more than that. I thought they had 12 as well.
Oh, okay.
12 or 9.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I know
Texas big. It might be Houston, Dallas, San Antonio might be.
I know.
I don't know.
That's how it works.
crazy.
No, that's how it works though.
Yeah,
That's how
yeah.
it works though. We don't each city in the state, and then whichever candidate gets the most, that state goes that they win that state. That's pretty much how it goes.
I know each election.
Nah, bro, it makes sense.
I know
it does.
It makes sense to me. I feel like that makes sense, honestly.
I remember each election, everybody was trying to get Kansas. They was trying to always. They said Kansas.
Those are
Hold on, real quick.
swing
I
states.
see something here.
Those are called swing
So
states.
it says if a candidate receives the majority of the votes from the people in the state, so if the people in this state vote for that candidate, then automatically the electoral college will vote for that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay,
That makes
well,
sense.
that makes
No,
sense.
that makes sense to me. That all clicks. I feel like that all
That's
makes sense.
why when people say your vote doesn't matter, that's bullshit. It does matter.
That makes a lot of
guys.
sense.
Hey, vote out there, guys. We know what to do.